Blog Talk Radio.
Well, good morning. This is the Tazz and Paula show, and I'm Paula Nunes.
And I'm Tazz Powers. Well, our program, Paula, is to inform and educate and inspire and to uplift global consciousness. And believe me, this morning we have an inspirational gentleman at the top of his class in every way, don't we?
Oh, yes. And if there's anybody that's going to uplift consciousness, it's Dr. Turi.
Absolutely. He is a French astrologer, clinical hypnotherapist, and astropsychologist. Dr. Turi continues to teach others his unique method of star wisdom, and this unique art brings spirit back into the cosmic code by focusing on symbols as channels for divine guidance, as opposed to the surplus of mathematical jargon used in modern astrology. And he is the author of many books, and his current books include Asia Dragon Predictions, God Created the Stars, I Know All About You, Power of the Dragon, Beyond the Secret, as well as his annual Moon Power Star Guides. Is Dr. Turi with us?
Yes, he certainly is. Welcome, Dr. Turi.
Hello, ladies. How are you doing today? Thank you for the invite, as ever, as always.
Well, we actually have a lot of people listening in on our show today, so when it's the correct time, we can actually allow them to ask questions.
You bet, you bet. But before going forward, I'd like to tell you a little bit about the dragon. May I?
Sure.
For those new listeners of your show that don't know, I was born and raised in the south of France, in Provence, where Nostradamus was born, and I've spent pretty much my entire life rekindling the seer's divine astrology. Again, this has nothing to do with modern jargonized astrology, even though that there is something in every single of astrology out there. So Nostradamus used the dragon, which is from the constellation of Draco, and I wrote intensively on the dragon, which is called also the south and north node of the moon. As a matter of fact, my book, The Power of the Dragon, has over 525 pages of information. There is more power on the dragon itself than the entire complexity of the chart. And like Nostradamus used to do, I focus and concentrate on the dragon prediction, and this is why back in January last year, well before CNN or anybody, for that matter, thought of the terrible economic situation that we were going to go through, I talked about it. I printed in my books, and I had even a TV show down on YouTube giving you all this information, and I was using the dragon. So I intend to do the same in your show and give you some information. Okay?
We're ready for it.
We're ready. Maybe we're not ready, but
yeah.
Well, first of all, just tell me, how long are we going to be on the air? Do we have an hour, half an hour? How long do we have?
We have an hour.
Because, when I'm on coast to coast, I spend 3 hours, and I got plenty of time to talk about everything, so I have to squeeze it in pretty fast then. But this nasty dragon stale, which is very negative and karmic, had to hurt all of us first before it could get to the corporation that have used and abused the taxpayer. You understand that? So this dragon has forced bank, corporation, investors, and stock market abusers and crooks and God knows what to pay the price of the billions of dollars that was going left and right through the push of a button over the internet and being invested in foreign countries and God knows what. So the dragon saw that. The dragon, of course, is from the cosmic code. The cosmic code is how God speaks to us. Again, you never forget that God never came down and wrote no books, but he made the stars to be used as a sign, and that happened with my God-given gift to be able to perceive that and translate it unarguably. So what I'm trying to tell you is this dragon saw the damage that was being done. He said, okay, no problem. In December 2007, I'm going to sit my little butt into the second house of money of America, because America, July 4, 1776, is a Cancer country. In the second house of America is Leo. And that's where the tail of the dragon is, sitting in the second house of money, forcing a full restructure of every one of us handling our finances, okay? So if even myself, even though that I'm proof, financially I'm very, very secure because I got so much work. People need me. They're happy, they're sad, God knows what. They're rich or poor, I will always get business. And that's the beauty of being an astropsychologist or an hypnotherapist. But what I'm trying to tell you is this dragon, in order to punish people that wanted us to pay $4 or $5 a gallon of gas, they wanted to reach them. And in order to reach them, they had to get through us first. So we all went through hell literally. Now, of course, fears is running the show, so to speak, and all these talking heads that you have on major television and radio, and all these religious lunatics thinking that God is going to, God knows what. Fear is based upon ignorance, and ignorance is evil. So they do not know nothing. They don't have any cosmic consciousness. So they do not know that the dragon entered the second house of money of America, forcing us to a full restructure of our finances last December 2007. And this dragon is going to move out in August 2009. Okay? Now, I'm giving you specific dates because I know that's why. And I'm not being an egocentric, I don't have any spiritual pride. I'm just talking because I know what I'm talking about. But the point of the matter is it's not going to be over that easy because the dragon moved backwards. And it's going to move backwards into the sign of Cancer. Now, remember, July 4, 1776, America is a Cancer country. And this means a full, entire, complete restructure of the infrastructure of the United States. Hotels and restaurants and real estate, name it. Everything that we have already seen, the dragon now has to be rebuilt. And it's going to take about 2 years after that to be completely out of the soup. And don't worry, this is not the recession and all these talking heads on radio and television and are talking about. This is not the recession or the deadly time we went through during the 20s because Pluto is not in Cancer. Pluto is life and death and drama. And during those terrible years, Pluto was in Cancer. But the next dragon star is not receiving Pluto. Pluto is into the sign of Sagittarius, forcing a full entire education and reevaluation of the spirit and religion to the masses and to the world. And this is why I'm so very prosperous myself, because my newsletter, The Cosmic Code, is just exploding all over the world. Because I understand the rules, I understand God's language, I can perceive the signs. So I'm using all this wisdom at my advantage because that's what God gave us. He gave us the stars and the sun to be used as signs so that we could use and live a more productive, safe life. So I understand God's language, I understand His tools through the Cosmic Code, and I'm using it to my advantage, and I let you and your audience understand the game. Now, this dragon is going to affect every one of us in a very, very specific area. But objectively, the entire entire government, not just the government of the United States, but the